Now on CoastTV News.
Another coastal call. Slaughter Beach is the latest town weighing marijuana regulations. Locals share their thoughts. Housing help. Advocates say Delaware needs to put more money toward fixing the housing crisis, starting with 1% of the state budget. And development debate. A 400-acre project near Lewis faces pushback over infrastructure concerns.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Regulating marijuana. This time, the discussion in Slaughter Beach. Good evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to Coast TV News at 11. We begin tonight with no final decision from Slaughter Beach officials on marijuana. But town leaders did say tonight they are leaning toward not allowing the drug to be sold. Slaughter Beach looking to follow similar zoning regulations to its neighboring city of Milford. Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy is live in our newsroom with more on this. Brendan, tonight was the first time the topic has been brought up in Slaughter Beach.
Christina, like you said, town leaders talked about adopting an ordinance potentially that is very similar to that of Milford's, which would mean no sale of recreational marijuana allowed at all within the town. And what the mayor said was that the little commercial space that would be around if they ever wanted to bring in marijuana sales is too close to a playground. So even then, it isn't very feasible. But they said at the meeting as well that right now it's looking like they're going to head in a direction that isn't allowing the sale. To sell or not to sell recreational marijuana in Slaughter Beach. George Bidman is 82 years young and has lived in Slaughter Beach for more than 60. He feels strong about Monday night's discussion and told Coast TV he doesn't want to see it sold at all.
I think it's a very good idea to copy something like that. We do not need to sell marijuana in Slaughter Beach. We have too many children in the summertime.
But Slaughter Beach local Cindy Bailey, on the other hand, told Coast TV it's already all around anyways, so she doesn't think selling it in town would hurt.
I think it should be sold anywhere, controlled somewhat, but it's silly not to make the money off of it because they're going to sell it on the street anyway. So that's my thought.
While no official decision was made Monday, the town is set to discuss adopting an ordinance at a later meeting. The mayor and other town officials did mention that ultimately they don't want to have the sale of marijuana. They might do a few fixes to the Milford ordinance that's there, making it a little simpler, but at the end of the day, they're looking to go in the direction of not allowing the sale of recreational marijuana. Christina?
Okay, thanks for that, Brendan. And many of our coastal communities have flat out banned the sale of recreational weed. That's including Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach, Fenwick Island, South Bethany, Milton, and Bethany Beach. Well, new tonight, advocates are pushing Delaware leaders to take action on affordable housing. Groups like the Delaware Association of Realtors and Housing Alliance Delaware are calling on Governor Matt Meyer and state legislators to dedicate at least 1% of the state budget to address the shortage. According to housing advocates, right now, Delaware is short more than 20,000 affordable units. And the groups say without stronger investment, the problem will only get worse. Also new tonight, police need your help finding the person who shot a 24-year-old Lincoln man. Troopers say the victim was found on Cubbage Drive on Sunday night. He is expected to be okay. And new tonight, a routine traffic stop on Coastal Highway took a surprising turn when two women were caught with bags of stolen items from the West Ocean City outlets. A Fenwick Island police officer pulled the car over for speeding on March 6th. The officer found several plastic trash bags filled with clothing that still had security tags attached. According to police, the driver, Alexis Carrington of Baltimore, also had an expired license and no insurance.
In a vehicle stop, you never know what you're going to encounter. That's why officers always have to be on guard and be safe.
And authorities say felony retail theft charges are pending in Maryland. We're taking a live look outside now into Ocean City, and our first alert chief meteorologist Paul Williams is going to join us. Paul, what do we have to know for this week?
We have to just know that it's going to be a nice warm week. It's going to be something that's going to be cooperative weather for us at the very least, particularly on the warmth side of things. Our Spicer Brothers camera in Salisbury at 37 degrees, so the chill is definitely still in full effect throughout the overnight period. We'll stay in the 30s under mostly clear skies, but during the daytime, we're going to warm up nicely. When we're in the 40s right now, 44 in Rehoboth and the Indian River Inlet, we're at 40 degrees in Georgetown. The cool spot right now, Del Mar at 39 degrees, Salisbury at 37. Live radar indicating that we're clear right now. Atmospheric conditions are looking very clear for us thanks to the dominance of a high-pressure system in full control of our weather for this part of the country. However, we are expecting for it to get on the cool side. Here's a look at your evening planner. We stay clear and we stay calm. Christina?
Sounds good. Thanks, Paul. Well, you may remember the name North Star Development. It's a commercial and residential proposal with hundreds of homes right here between Beaver Dam Road and Route 9. And the proposal heads to Sussex County Council for possible final approval tomorrow. Officials say North Star Development is expected to build about 800 homes and apartment units, but there are concerns from neighbors that the local infrastructure won't be able to handle the increase in people. One nearby stable owner says the influx of people could also bother their horses.
You could have many people come over to feed the horses, to pet the horses. They think they're nice and all that. Causes problems.
And Sussex County Council will hold public hearings about the project at their meeting tomorrow afternoon. The Indian River Volunteer Fire Company is looking for community help to expand. They say a growing population brings a need for more services and better facilities. As such, Indian River plans for a $3.5 million expansion. But since Indian River Fire is 100% volunteer, they say they need grassroots help, and now is the time to expand.
We started acquiring the property next to us for future expansion needs, and today has come that the future expansion is desperately needed, so we are pursuing a renovation and construction initiative.
And the building would have 4 new truck bays, a training room, and more. City officials in Rehoboth Beach once again discussing paid parking options on Rehoboth Avenue, along with a proposal that would expand the paid parking season by a month and a half. They're also considering charging for the week of Sea Witch. That would be Monday through Thursday, but then no overnight parking on Friday. The reason for that, they say people tend to leave their cars in front of businesses that whole week. And a lot of those businesses say they're just tired of it.
Start parking their cars on the Sunday before, it affects our business the week before. So anything that we gain for Sea Witch being that credit, we've lost during the week by people taking up all the spots and people not being able to come down here and park to shop or eat or whatever they want to do.
And the city says they are looking at banning overnight parking during that week, but any parking changes would take place in 2026. And this brings us right to our CoastTV poll tonight. We want to know, what is the biggest concern with extending paid parking? Let's take a look at the results here. If you take a look at your screen, it's been pretty obvious the main answer all day today. 85% of people saying the cost for locals. A few saying might hurt business or tourism impact or traffic. We still want to know what you think, though. You could change up these results. Just head over to CoastTV.com or use our mobile app to vote. Well, another twist in the brewing economic war against some of America's top trading partners. As NBC's Christine Romans reports, over the weekend, President Trump announced that he plans to implement even more tariffs this week.
Overnight, President Trump doubling down on his escalating trade war.
I think the tariffs are going to be the greatest thing we've ever done as a country.
While not ruling out an upcoming recession in an interview that aired Sunday morning.
Are you expecting a recession this year?
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big. It takes a little time. It takes a little time.
While his Commerce Secretary also spoke out yesterday morning.
Should Americans brace for a recession?
Absolutely not. There's going to be no recession in America.
Last night, the president asked again if he was worried about a recession.
Maria Bartiromo asked you and you kind of hesitated.
I'll tell you what, of course you hesitate. Who knows? All I know is this, we're going to take in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs. And we're going to become so rich, you're not going to know where to spend all that money.
And the trade war heating up this week. China retaliating with taxes on some American agricultural goods coming into effect today. And the U.S. will put its tariffs on all foreign steel and aluminum Wednesday and is considering more taxes on Canadian goods. Canada has imposed its own tariffs on billions of dollars of American products. And this weekend, its upcoming new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, former head of the Bank of Canada, speaking out against Trump in his victory speech.
And Donald Trump, as we know, has put, as the Prime Minister just said, unjustified tariffs on what we build, on what we sell, on how we make a living. The Americans, they should make no mistake, in trade as in hockey, Canada will win.
And that was NBC's Christina Romans reporting. Don't go anywhere. We are just getting started this evening. Still ahead, the Supreme Court will weigh in on the legality of conversion therapy. But first, local farmers preparing to pay more for essential products thanks to tariffs on Canadian goods.
And here's a look at your Bay forecast. We're looking at 66 on Tuesday, down to 56 on Wednesday, but then cloudy skies for Thursday. Is that ominous or a clue as to rain that's on the way? I'll let you know coming up in just 60 seconds.
Winter may be packing its bags, but it left a chill behind. Don't let a cold snap catch you off guard. Call FH Fur for our $69 heating system tune-up. We'll keep your system running smoothly so you're warm and snug until spring finally makes up its mind. Act now and get our no breakdown guarantee. With over 40 years of trusted service, FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical are the pros who've seen and fixed it all.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
The world's #1 selling farm tractor. Easy to operate and more powerful than your average tractor. Mahindra tractors. Push more, pull more, lift more. With more torque and lower engine maintenance, Mahindra tractors are rugged and tough. We know how much you love your land, so we want you to love your tractor. Get your next Mahindra tractor today. Southern States of Milford, improving farming and improving life. Rooted since 1948.
Well, the beauty of today is that even though it was Monday, it still felt more like a Thursday feel as far as the temperature and the weather is concerned. And we're going to keep that weekend feeling throughout the rest of the early parts of this week. Our dry tech camera in Ocean City coming in at a nice, smooth feeling 45 degrees. Dew point temperature of 34. It's not so dry as it was earlier today. Now, we're holding at 40 degrees, not only in Milton, but also in Georgetown. It's 42 degrees in Seaford and 39 right now in Del Mar. Temperatures are, we got to remember, we're still technically in the midst of the winter season, so temperatures in the 40s not so unusual. Now, we are very clear at this present time. We've got a couple of sprinkles down towards Endicott, but other than that, we're staying really clear for the Mid-Atlantic region, particularly for the Delmarva Peninsula in general. Our storyline from Tuesday, mild conditions will continue. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 60s. Now, for midweek, we're going to stay dry. A backdoor cold front's going to push through, but it's going to be a non-event situation, not going to create any opportunity for significant rain. We'll bring in some cloud cover, though. See, we're in the 40s now. Now, the dew point temperature is in the 30s. Because the air temperature has dropped and the dew point temperature has stayed pretty much where it's been all day long, the air's got a little more moisture in it because the dew point temperature and the air temperature are close to one another. And the closer they are, the higher our humidity. But we're still in the midst of a dry situation. Moderate drought for the majority of the county. And then around the Lewis area and right towards Prime Hook and Slaughter Beach and those areas, we are looking for severe drought that's still staying active there. Precipitation has been limited, and we only bumped to maybe a 19% chance of precipitation on Saturday. You see, Tuesday by lunchtime, we're in the 60s, well into the 60s, and we'll peak at about 67 degrees. Total sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. Wednesday, we're only going to go to the 50s, okay? So we're going to be significantly cooler, about 10 degrees cooler for Wednesday. But remember, the precipitation stays dry, okay? Just as a reminder, even for the most southern portion of our viewing area, we're in the 60s, well into the 60s for Tuesday. But Wednesday, we're cooler, into the 50s only. So look for that 10-degree drop-off everywhere as you go into Thursday. Now, for the forecast tonight, mostly clear and 36 degrees. Chilly again for tonight, particularly late. 66 for the high tomorrow. Brilliant sunshine, warming up very quickly with the winds out of the south. Then for Wednesday, 10-degree drop, okay? But still sunny skies, still clear, but just a tad cooler. And the winds are coming out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it's going to feel more like, well, to be honest, 48, 49 degrees most of the day. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Cloudy on Thursday, rain on Sunday, and on St. Patrick's Day, a bit rainy there. But hey, everybody's going to be inside enjoying the festivities anyway.
That's right. Thank you, Paul. Well, looming tariffs on Canadian goods, including a special potassium-rich fertilizer known as potash, has some Delmarva farmers preparing to pay more. Nearly 90% of the U.S. potash imports come from Canada. And although Sussex County farmer Richard Wilkins says he thinks the tariffs will benefit U.S. farmers in the long run, he says there is reason for concern.
There's a certain level of apprehension. Yes, we're already in a agricultural economic recession. The prices that we're receiving for our crops are substantially lower than they were 3 years ago, 5 years ago.
The Trump administration imposed the tariffs of up to 25% on its North American neighbors last week, but delayed them only a few days later, saying they would return come April 2nd. Meanwhile, Mexico's economy minister says Mexican officials will meet with U.S. trade officials this week to discuss American tariffs on aluminum and steel imports. Many of Mexico's exports to the U.S. are temporarily protected by a new 4-week pause. However, President Trump said Thursday Mexican steel and aluminum will fall under a 25% tariff starting March 12th. Mexican economy minister said this week's meetings will be to clarify what's being proposed and the direction that things are moving in. Coming up next, employee burnout effects, what it's costing businesses across the U.S. And also, Tesla under attack, what's behind the vandalism at showrooms and charging stations.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Imagine the hidden gems you'll find. Sweet.
Ribs, please.
Imagine all the dust you'll kick up.
Easy.
Imagine the memories you'll make.
Yeah.
And some you'd like to forget.
Buy a Grand Highlander with special APR financing for up to 72 months. Or get low APR financing when you buy an adventure-ready RAV4.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Surface Solutions is a different kind of paving company. We believe that our reputation is more important than how much money we make. If we take care of our customers and ensure they have the best experience possible, financial success will find us. In our business, every job's not profitable, but we understand that going in. Your project will be done the right way no matter the outcome for us. It's all about doing the right thing, even when no one is looking. My best days are when we start with a customer and end with a new friend.
It's Ram Truck Month here at Millsboro Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. This month, save over $13,000 off MSRP on a 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman. Or if you qualify, get 1.9% APR for 72 months. Visit MillsboroCDJR.com to check out all of our amazing offers and browse our huge inventory of over 250 new vehicles ready to drive home today. So don't miss Ram Truck Month here at Millsboro Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Cars cost less with Preston.
At Delmarva Roofing and Coating, we believe in longevity. Since our start in 1988 and 10 million square feet of roofing later, we've gained the experience to solve your roofing problems. We combine those years of knowledge with cutting-edge technology to guide you through every project phase, inspection, maintenance, or installation. You can count on us to safeguard your investment with a reliable roof and service after the sale. Serving Delmarva for over 3 decades, Delmarva Roofing and Coating, above all, a good roof.
Delmarva Sports Network updates can be heard on Big 1077. This is Coast TV News at 11.
Police across the U.S. are investigating a series of attacks on Tesla showrooms, charging stations, and Tesla vehicles. Elon Musk owns Tesla, and Musk has been involved with the slashing of thousands of federal jobs over the past few weeks. And while many peaceful protests have taken place at some Tesla locations, there are also widespread reports of vandalism. The backlash against Musk is also hurting Tesla's bottom line. Tesla recently reported its first drop in annual sales in its history. And a new study shows employee burnout is hurting American businesses. Researchers at the CUNY Graduate School of Public Health and Health Policy in Manhattan found burnout can cost employers up to $5 million a year in lost productivity, like missed workdays. And some signs of burnout include a drop in performance, missed deadlines, and more mistakes in an employee's work. Researchers say employers may want to focus more on employee health that could help decrease costs and improve profits. Well, fewer people are buying homes. The National Association of Realtors says pending home sales dropped 4.6% in January. That's an all-time low. Experts say there are programs out there to make buying more affordable. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan explains the different loan options.
The American dream of owning a home has become much more challenging. Experts say high prices and high interest rates have led to a housing affordability crisis.
That goal is seemingly so far away from many people.
Bankrate recently conducted a survey among aspiring homeowners and found 81% said a down payment and closing costs are an obstacle to owning a home.
These are tough times for people.
According to the most recent data from the National Association of Realtors, the median existing home sale price in January was $396,900. Many loan companies require a 20% down payment for a mortgage, which means a buyer would need to put down about $80,000 for a home that price. But there are other options for buyers.
There are programs out there where people can get a 10% down payment, even a 3% down payment.
One option is a Federal Housing Administration loan, known as an FHA loan. This government program helps low to moderate income families buy a home with as little as 3.5% down, depending on your credit score. The Department of Veterans Affairs also has programs to help veterans and their families buy a home. But Hamrick cautions that putting less down means higher monthly costs.
You're financing the rest of the purchase, so that means that your commitment for the financing is a bigger sum of money.
Hamrick also says potential homebuyers need to budget for monthly insurance costs, taxes, and home repairs. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Coming up in sports, another Eagle is on the move on the first day of free agency. Plus, Delaware men's basketball's NCAA tournament dream is still alive. And coming up, 5 years later, we're reflecting on the moment the world changed.
Here's a look at your golf forecast for tomorrow. We're expecting a good deal of sunshine, and we're going to be a little bit on the warm side. Into the 60s we go with more sunshine.
Coast TV News can be heard on Big 107.7.
Get the better, more restful night's sleep you deserve and wake up feeling refreshed. Shop Johnny Janosik's Mattress World now and get 2 free pillows, a free sheet set, and free mattress protector with any sleep system purchase of $19.99 or more. Save more with 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus free delivery and free removal of your old mattress. It's time for better sleep. It's time for bigger savings. Wake up feeling your best. Shop Johnny Janosik's Mattress World today.
Tomorrow at 4 on Coast Life, meet the Delaware State Police Mounted Patrol Unit and discover how these officers keep our communities safe. Plus, is springing forward or falling back the worst time change? Coast Life, tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
Getting Smiles Correct was kind of an easy decision because you guys have an office in Berlin.
I also needed something that was flexible with my schedule.
I'm never waiting there for more than 5 minutes, and everybody is so professional.
Everybody that works at Tillman Orthodontics, they're amazing.
Carrie is always amazing, and I love that if I have my kids with me, you guys have a movie theater.
A movie theater? I mean, you can't go wrong with the movie theater.
Let's get started.
Your first consult is free.
Call Tillman Orthodontics to schedule your free consultation.
I've needed a new left hip for about 15 years. The last 2 cortisone shots I got were bone on bone, and they didn't last 6 months. They lasted maybe a month. I was in a lot of pain. The staff at the Joint Surgery Center at Atlantic General Hospital were incredibly helpful. I was back to work 2 days short of a month, which I found amazing. You learn to trust people when you get good care.
Start your journey to relief today. Atlantic General Hospital, expert care every day.
About 83% of homes have rodent activity. One of the most common signs is mouse droppings. Mice can leave up to 100 droppings every day. Don't mistake these droppings for chocolate sprinkles. What you don't see is more concerning. Mice also leave behind urine. A thorough inspection from a specialist is required to develop a treatment plan specific to your home.
Active Pest Solutions, your local pest expert.
For more information, go to activepestsolutions.com. That's active without the E.
Get the CoastTV First Alert Weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Well, tomorrow marks the 5th anniversary of the coronavirus being classified as a pandemic. That designation came after the World Health Organization had determined the outbreak was an international public health emergency. As of June 2024, nearly 1.2 million people in the U.S. died from COVID-19, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Well, the Supreme Court has agreed to review a Colorado law that bars mental health professionals from practicing conversion therapy for minors. Conversion therapy is a discredited practice that attempts to change a person's sexual orientation or gender identity into straight or cisgender. Critics say it causes serious emotional harm and can have deadly results. In 2022, a licensed counselor challenged the law under the First Amendment, but state officials countered that they may regulate the medical treatment of patients. Well, today is National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and experts say more young adults are being diagnosed with the disease worldwide. A recent study, though, finds 3 main factors are increasing risk of the disease. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to one of the researchers and has the 4 most commonly reported warning signs that everyone should know.
It's a troubling trend. New cases of colorectal cancer in people under age 50 have been rising at an alarming rate over the past several decades, and by 2030, it's expected to become the leading cancer-related cause of death for people ages 20 to 49.
We've always thought of colorectal cancer as a disease that mostly affects older people, and over the last couple of decades, we've seen the age for colorectal cancer go down.
Dr. David Liska with Cleveland Clinic says it's still not clear why, but says 3 main factors can increase a person's risk of developing colorectal cancer: having a sedentary lifestyle, having obesity, and eating a diet high in red or processed meats.
I also have plenty of patients, unfortunately, with colorectal cancer who are young and healthy and fit and don't smoke and don't drink and eat a healthy diet and still get colorectal cancer. So while we know some of the risk factors, we don't know all of them.
Liska says everyone should be aware of the 4 signs more commonly reported in people who develop colorectal cancer: abdominal pain, rectal bleeding, diarrhea, and iron deficiency anemia.
One of the important things to realize is that colorectal cancer is very treatable, and if caught early, it's in most cases curable.
The best way to detect and prevent colorectal cancer is screening. It's recommended for everyone at average risk, beginning at age 45. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now, people at higher risk of developing colorectal cancer may need to talk to their doctor about being screened even earlier. So that includes people with a family history of colorectal cancer, those with an underlying disease like ulcerative colitis or inflammatory bowel disease.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Busy opening day of NFL free agency throughout the league. Here's another departure we didn't share at 6 involving the Eagles. Kenny Pickett is on the move to Cleveland. The 26-year-old lived every backup quarterback's dream in Philadelphia. You make one start, you win that game, then go watch your team win the Super Bowl. Today, the former first-round pick was dealt to the Browns for quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson and a 5th-round selection. Pickett turns 27 in June ahead of his 4th pro season. Also, some major news that concerns the Orioles, Nats, Phillies, and whoever else faces the Yankees this season. Former Cy Young Award winner Garrett Cole will undergo Tommy John surgery and miss the entire 2025 season. The ace of the reigning AL champs felt pain after his 2nd spring start, and imaging confirmed a torn ulnar collateral ligament. This is the second blow to the Pinstripes rotation. Reigning Rookie of the Year Luis Heel is set to miss at least 3 months with a lat strain. Speaking of tournament magic, referencing that basketball, how about the Blue Hens? Delaware toppled top-seeded Towson tonight, 82-72, to advance to the CAA championship game. Delaware came into the conference tournament as the 12th seed at just 15-19 on the year. Now UD is just a win away from the big dance. The championship is tomorrow night at 7 on CBS Sports Network, and they'll face the winner of either UNC Wilmington or Charleston. That'll do for sports. Have a great night, everybody.
Coming up next, if you've got a creative spark, NASA wants your design to take off, literally.
Download the CoastTV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
Is that our luggage rack?
Fix that thing. Gorilla Tape.
Of course.
Double thick adhesive for a hold that lasts for the toughest jobs on planet Earth. And for a clear fix, try Crystal Clear Gorilla Tape.
Gold Bond believes touch says everything. It says, I see you. I feel you. And I know you. Gold Bond. Get in touch with irresistibly touchable skin.
Fall in love with safety and reliability at Gateway Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. From rain and snow to sunny skies, Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive has you covered through any weather. Right now, take home a new 2025 Subaru Outback and take advantage of great financing rates as low as 1.9%. Stop by today to pre-order the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, designed for tomorrow. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Give your home that brand new house feel with a spring refresh from Spicer Brothers Construction. From top quality roofing, siding, windows, doors, and gutters, we can handle all your exterior renovations, installed by professional experts, built to last a lifetime.
And with our price match guarantee and done right guarantee, you can have total peace of mind. Right now, save 25% on your entire Refresh Your Home project. Plus, with our Home Shield Protection Package, know your home is covered year-round.
Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Whether it's a natural disaster or just everyday life's mishaps, in disaster's wake, there's only one call to make: Royal Plus. Find us at royalplus.com. We bring calm to the chaos.
Joining forces for great healthcare, it's Your Dachshund in partnership with Tidal Health. Your Dachshund has much of what you'd go to the ER for, but when only the ER will do, Tidal Health is there for you. Your Dachshund opens 7 days a week with 6 convenient locations and late hours too. Book online for no more waiting room limbo. Fast care at reasonable prices. Your Dachshund in partnership with Tidal Health, accepting most insurance plans and Medicare. Named Best Urgent Care on the Shore. Feel better, faster at Your Dachshund.
Here's something cool. If you're into design, one of your designs could make it into outer space. NASA is asking creators from around the world to design a zero-gravity indicator that will be launched into space aboard the Artemis II test flight. Now, a zero-gravity indicator, if you don't know, it's a small, plush item that provides a visual indication when the spacecraft reaches outer space. For example, a plush Snoopy rode inside the spacecraft during a previous mission, and submissions are due by May 27th.
Okay. Take a look at our Gateway Subaru camera in Ocean City. We're at 45 degrees, winds are calm. We'll drop down to 42 under mostly clear skies for tonight. Our umbrella winner, Diana Hefner of Millsboro. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. You're our new umbrella giveaway winner. And we'll continue to give away more umbrellas. You just got to go to our website for that. By the way, we have your forecast available for you. It's just a phone call away. It's sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstedt, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. 66 for Tuesday, 10 degrees cooler on Wednesday, cloudy skies on Thursday, maybe a random sprinkle, but for the most part, we're clearing out. By the way, we're looking at next Sunday, we're going to go back to 70 degrees. We're looking at, for St. Patrick's Day, 60 degrees and scattered showers. And let's hop skip all the way to the end here. That's right, spring is 2 Thursdays away, and we're looking for temperatures to start climbing into the upper 60s, and then finally stay there for a while because, hey, I think we've had just more than our fill of wintry conditions and temperatures.
I would have to agree with you, Paul. I'm very excited for spring. Thank you for that. And thanks to you at home for joining us for Coast TV News at 11 tonight. For some more local news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.